Alright, what up y'all? Planet of Fakes and Pigstar HH News. This video is just basically why I really don't be promoting the race division, or I do my best to try to keep things politically correct, because the youth really misinterpret a lot of things through life. You know, all of this stuff and mainstream media pumping this race division, it affects the young people differently, you know. And in these cases, it would seem that these young people had no regard for the life of these elderly white people. And I don't want the youth to go through life thinking any people's lives that don't value or aren't valuable, you know what I'm saying? And don't think because of a race-driven system that there is an enemy race out here, because it really isn't. Bad people do bad things. Like right now, these young people, they did bad things. Should we chalk up all young people potentially will be doing bad things? No. So that's how we gotta look at it with all cultures, because for every one bad, there's two good. You understand? They just don't get no light because they want to keep a separation. But these stories are messed up. One is about a World War II vet that was 91 years old. He basically got his home broken into by his next door neighbor, beaten to death basically, throat slit and lit on fire. Then the neighbor had the audacity to go on the news and try to lose the police by saying he saw somebody leave and then smelled fire. They basically caught him with gas station surveillance. The next story is about a woman by the name of Dorothy Dow, and I believe she was like in her 70s or maybe early 80s. And basically she had a farm with berries, blueberries, cranberries, and stuff like that. And she employed the youth. And I guess this youth decided one day that what they were getting paid wasn't enough. So they decided to rob their boss, Mrs. Dow. And they basically was trying to get to her son's money, because all the money from the farm she would put away for her son. So they basically beat the woman, tried to get the information of where her son's money's at. She didn't tell him anything, fought for 7 weeks in the hospital as she explained to detectives who did what to her, you understand? And basically 2 of these people got life. And the other 3 basically, not slap on the wrist, they got long probations and some jail time. But it's just sad that one of the suspects was damn near 40 years old. And he's up here convincing and manipulating the youth to rob their bosses. Some people just asked to get put away for life, but why he had to take the youth with him? And young people, don't be out here doing crimes with broke, fake OGs. Because think about it, if they had to wait 20 years for you to grow up to do a crime with them, they're nobody worth doing a crime with. Trust me when I tell you. And they trying to catch up with a whole lifetime of crimes with you. And this is how a lot of these youth be getting these football numbers, because they mix and match with OGs that ain't about shit. That's why I had to stop co-signing a lot of fake OGs, because I don't want no young people to think this guy is on the up and up and means you the best. A lot of these dudes be straight plated. Straight plated. And when I say plated, meaning they're fake plated. Real plated. You know how there's gold plated, but it's fake? Same with these dudes. They real plated. But once you break the plate away, they're fake. You understand? And since they're fake, they're going to try to get you to do something stupid that they may be able to get paid off. No different than the riots going on. I'm sure it's a lot of older people manipulating young people to do things they shouldn't be doing. And I think that went on for the case of Dorothy Dow. I want y'all to check that out. That's it. Prayers to both families. And just let the elderly people know that their life matter, yo. Nobody want to be at the end of life and then be murdered, man. You know how horrifying that is? For somebody to wait for you to be damn near immobile to brutally murder you and burn it up to try to get away with it, that's the foulest thing you could do, man. And nobody raises their child to do this, man. The mother of the guy on the right that burned up the World War II vet, they are so embarrassed. All they can do is deny this because it's so heinous. It's so heinous they have to go with their son's lie, and they're still in a case of denial, and they will spend every dime they have to get him out of jail because it tarnishes the family's name. And they don't want to believe they raised a monster because they're not going to be able to live with him when he gets out of jail at the age of 47 or maybe even 57. 67. He could be out anywhere from 47 to 77 years old, man. I don't think they're gonna give him an opportunity to see his mother grow to be the, World War II veterans age. I don't think so, because when you go to jail, this kills your parents. So if they was going to live to be 91, you go into jail and take 10 years off their life from stressing and worrying. This is why people need to chill out, because when people care about you, a piece of them dies. When you die, either physically, mentally, or spiritually, and you can't tell me jail doesn't kill the spirit. You can't tell me jail doesn't kill a mind. And for these 6 people, it touched them. You understand? Jail touched them. Being charged with a murder touched them, whether they got convicted of it or not. Just getting charged with it touched them. Young people, don't let this false reality they sell you become you. You greater than these demonic forces that just take over people for what? Green, for money. Trust me. That fast money ain't worth it. I'll give you an example. Imagine if somebody bought you the car you wanted at 16 or 17. Do you think you would appreciate the car you buy yourself more? Yes, you would take care of a car you buy yourself more. Because you know how hard you have to work to get it. You know if something happens to it, it might be a while before you can fix it. And things like that. So that fast money is kind of like somebody giving you something. You're never going to really take care of it like you earned it. And that's all I want to say. Go out there and earn yours so you'll have a right to defend it. Because these elderly people, they didn't get that opportunity, man. So send prayers out to the families. And let's just stop spreading this race stuff, thinking that any race is less than another. Because we don't want our young people to think that these elderly lives don't matter and they could get away with it. Because they are very vulnerable. They're just as vulnerable as the babies sometimes, but more vulnerable because they happen to have life savings. And the babies don't. So let's just keep that in mind, y'all. Planet of Figs. Pray for all the victims. With that being said, what you heard and saw was the content. For additional content, click the link in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall, and if you have time, go to www.amor-eka.com/TV. That's our Planet of Fakes too. We are the new umbrella. Planet